Hey everybody. All right, I'm gonna go over here and mute that so I don't. Okay, can everybody hear me okay? All right, let me try to move my computer over here so I can see this. My camera, everything's situated. Hello everybody. How is everybody doing tonight? Hello, Weber Homestead. How are y'all? Got Chrissy in here. I have Crystal with Copper Kettle Farms. I have Shayla with making lemonade from lemons. Hey, Sherry is in the house. Two Family Homestead. How you doing? So how is everyone tonight? It has been okay. So Anthony is Keith's best friend. Um we got word today. Anthony has been fighting cancer for probably the last 4 or 5 years. He beat it once. Started out as melanoma, a little place on his neck, and then I want to say last year it came back, and and um, his wife Kat, they got married a month before we did. They call his wife Kat called Keith about 2 hours ago, and they're sending Anthony. They took him to the hospital about an hour or last Thursday with a bad headache, and they have determined there is nothing left they can do, and they have sent Anthony home on hospice. So, yeah, Anthony has been Keith's best friend, Papa, since junior high. So, yeah, Anthony's actually been in some of my live streams. Yeah, it has been a lifelong friend. He is 51 years old, way too young, entirely way too young. So, Papa is not here. He went ahead and went to youth tonight. So, I'm sorry, throw this out there. What Sherry is referring to is a post I made on Facebook. It is, yeah. She called us. They're in San Antonio, which is about 3.5 hours from us, to see if we wanted to try to make the trip. The truth is, we don't know that we could get there in time. So it's one of those things that you don't know if you could get there on time, and yeah. So Papa made the decision. Keith made the decision to go on to youth tonight and be with the kids, and so yeah, it's been kind of a rough week. For those that didn't know, they've put his mom in hospice. She is still there. She is doing okay. We call and check on her every day. She's in Fort Worth, which is about 3.5 hours north of us. So she's been getting up and eating and doing good. So it's been a challenging couple of weeks for us. So anyway, Oh, hey, Built on the Rock. So anyway, thank you. It's just been crazy. It's um thank you. Um it's one of those things that with Keith's mom, she's 89 years old, nearly 90 years old. Those things for I don't of course that's hard too, but with stuff like that, it's anyway. I don't know about with you guys, and I'm sorry, this is kind of one of those hard things to kind of talk about in life, but it's life, right? Um, with older folks, people in their 90s, they've lived a long, good life. Those are almost easy, right? With things with like Keith's friend, he's 51 years old. He's got a 14-year-old son. He's got grandbabies, and those are the ones that are hard for me. You know, those are the ones I struggle with because those are the ones that aren't fair. Those are the ones that shouldn't happen, especially with things like cancer. Mm, So, but anyway, so how's everybody doing? Um, yeah, I just hate when people die young. I am so different subject. Keith and I. Did anybody see Darcy? I was hoping Darcy would. Is she in here? Smith Family Ranch? Because I have a little bone to pick with Darcy. I was gonna pick on her if she showed up tonight. Oh my gosh. Flu. Boy, we have had the rounds of it. Goodness. That flu went through our church. Both of our pastors got it. Keith had a mild case of it. Um, his was never bad, but it was awful. Oh my gosh. This has got to be, and I guess we say that every year, but to me, this has got to be one of the worst flu seasons I have ever seen. Um, Hello, Teresa. How are you doing, my friend? I our pastor finally he had it too. He had type A, and then our associate pastor had type B. So they finally did a public service announcement at church and said, if you have the flu, please don't come to church. Um, just don't. Do not do it. Yeah, it is just I cannot. It was just aw. I I don't know who Andrea. Anyway, but Yeah, it's just been a crazy, 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 it's just been a crazy flu season. I don't, anyway, so our pastor finally said, If you're sick, please don't come to church because it is just not, not worth it to make everybody sick. But it's been really bad, down here. That was weird. With no idea. Yeah. And I wonder, we were talking about this in staff today in our staff meeting, if it's for the fact, especially in the South, we haven't had any kind of winter. And it just hasn't had a chance to get cleaned out. And then this whole, I want to, what is it? The stuff from China. I'm just, okay, good. That was weird. I have no idea who that was. I was sitting there like, do I know that person? Because I have no idea who that was. Um, Thank you. I was completely, it's been a long day. Coronavirus. That's scary. And I see that they're stopping any flights from China. And I'm glad. I had just said that to Keith this morning. I was like, why are they even letting flights come in anymore? They really need to just kind of stop anything from flying in. That's scary. True. I think they should have stopped them days ago. But and what bothers me is they're making such a big deal about it. You know? Yeah. When they're not down because the media hypes everything up, but then the government tends to downplay everything. Oh, it's not that big of a deal, but they're scared. And that's what scares me is when the government gets scared about something, then I get worried. Oh, that's okay, Teresa. Um, they were who was it? Uh Southern Ohio Prepper, was he the one that did the big coronavirus deal where he was talking about the people from China and how they've quarantined all them off and all that stuff? And I'm like, I am woefully unprepared. I have not enough stuff prepped. Keith and I are talking about right now because we live in an apartment and you can rent storage units of that. We're fixing to rent a storage unit for all of my prepping stuff that I'm fixing to start doing. My husband's like, you really got to stop watching all those preppers, Misty. They're making you paranoid. And I'm like, no, 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 I don't think so. Oh, yeah, I'm like, I feel like I'm woefully behind now. But there's only so much I can do living in an apartment. But I can try. When I come in to some of the chats and I see all of you guys in there, that I'm like, see, I see Gemini coming in there, and I see some of you others. It's like I don't feel so bad when I see you guys come in there. I'm not crazy because you guys are in there. Exactly. Y'all got to see my stash that I'm starting to. Keith's like, all we're gonna eat is beans because that's all you've been canning is beans. I'm like, you're not gonna starve to death on beans though. There you go. I know. I feel like I've come into this too late or something. But I have my mom in North Texas. They've been doing this for years, so there's plenty of supplies in the farm. Right? Poor Keith. Oh, that's what I was going to talk about. I was hoping Darcy would come in here because I've totally got a bone to pick with her. She put out that video about why they don't have goats on their ranch. Keith went and watched that video, and then he was like, "Oh, see, this is why you don't need goats." I'm going to kill Darcy. I'm going to kill her dead. And I'm like, honey, I grew up with goats. Just because she doesn't want goats on her homestead don't mean goats are a bad thing. So I was hoping she'd come in tonight. If y'all talk to Darcy, say she needs to come in because Misty's gonna whip her butt. And I love Darcy, but I'm gonna give her crap when I see her. Cause my husband's convinced now that we don't need goats because apparently Darcy said they're a pain in the butt. Y'all have to understand, I married a city slicker. That boy ain't never been on a farm in his entire life. I grew up on a farm. You know, I have been around goats. My dad has raised goats. My granddad raised goats. I have had goats my entire life. I know what goes into goats. My poor little husband doesn't have a clue. He's never been up personal with a goat. So when she put that video out, I was like, which immediately Zach and Jen put out their video of all their new babies and all that stuff. I went, go watch that video. That's a better video to watch about goats, honey. Don't listen to Darcy. Exactly. I was just like, I'm going to kill her. I know. He's going to use anything as an excuse, though. Of course, see, forever it was goats and chickens, and now I've decided that I need a mini Jersey cow. And he's like, "You're not getting a cow. You need to stop talking to. You're not getting a cow." But in his mind, he has a hard concept of how much I really can do with 15 acres. You know, we were watching Ben and Andrea's, big chicken coop reveal. And I asked Ben how many chickens that was. And Ben said, that's about 200 chickens. And I showed Keith, I said, look how much area that's not that much area that he's got that 200 chickens on. Because Keith was trying to tell me I couldn't put 200 chickens on 15 acres of land. And I'm like, dude, you know how many chickens if I wanted to, I could put on 15 acres? Oh, I can do a ton of stuff with 15 acres. I mean, yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of land. Now, do I really want 200 chickens? Probably not. Honestly, probably closer to 50 chickens, to be honest. Maybe. I'm telling you. But he says he doesn't. He, his grandfather had a farm when he was little, and he tried cow's milk when he was little and didn't like the taste of it. I don't know what the dang cow ate before he tried this raw cow's milk, but he swore he didn't like the taste of it. So in his mind, he thinks I need a cow. But I told him, I said, he said, I'll just buy my milk from the store. And I'm like, if I have a cow, you ain't buying no milk from the store. Y'all ought to hear our conversations that go back and forth. He'll get used to it eventually. My poor husband. He'll catch on. He really will. Hello, foster family. How are you? I absolutely adore fresh milk. I mean, there is absolutely nothing better. And I think once he settles in, he is one of these guys that he really fears the unknown. Change is really hard for him, but once he settles into it, he's fine. Like when we moved into this apartment, the process of it like to have killed him. He hates change. He absolutely just struggles with it really hard. He's very introverted. I'm not. I love the challenge of change. It's really hard for him. So, oh, I cannot wait. The class that I'm taking on Saturday, we made fresh mozzarella the other day. Oh, it was so good. I had so much fun making that. We are going to be making cured meat in my class Saturday. Now, for my live Saturday morning, we are making refried beans, real refried beans, and we are making tostadas. I'm really excited about that. I hear Miss Kendra. You want to come tell everybody hi? She did this. This means no in sign language. I am learning. They do sell real goat's milk at the grocery store. Of course, I'm sure it's highly processed, but I did see that at the store the other day. I was impressed. Thank you, Lippy. I appreciate you, sweetie, so much for stopping in here. Y'all enjoy your dinner. I need to try that, Shayla, because, Kendra struggles with lactose. So I need to try that. I'm going to get the stuff in and make it because I bet she would really like it. What are you making over there, Kendra? She's warming something up in the microwave. Y'all have a great night. Oh, I'm sure. If I could find somebody locally that sells it, I would totally buy it from them. I have only found one local person here, and it was really expensive. I don't like really, and I don't know. Maybe everybody charges this much. I don't know what is normal, and that's my problem. They were charging like $9 a gallon for raw milk. Is that normal? Does anybody know? Is you farm people? Is that normal for a gallon of raw milk? Because that is, I just don't know. I've never bought it before. Hello, Jessica. How are you doing? Wow. And we are on such a tight budget. It's just really hard. Which I get. I get it. If you get the cream, you get the butter, you get all that stuff. Every once in a while, I guess I could do it. And you're probably right. I just need my own cow. That's why I need my own dang cow. Right there. And then I could sell it and make that money, huh? And I'm sure it's by demand, and people probably pay it all day long around here. Now, I'd be willing to guess back at the farm in North Texas, because it is such a rural area, and that you can't get it for that up there. Hello, Nathan. How are you, sweet friend? I am almost willing to bet up there, you people do not pay that much for it up there, because it is such a rural area and everybody has a cow. Um, I'll have to get mom to look into it, but I am almost willing to bet you maybe $6 a gallon, maybe. And I know for a fact it's eggs. People got eggs go out their ears because everybody has chickens. Mom has 3 or 4 different people that gives her eggs. Really? Where are you at? Built on the Rock? Remind me. I will ask around. I mean, I still have friends at home, so I'm going to ask. Because I don't know if my mom would know or not, but okay. Yeah, see, I bet you couldn't sell eggs up there either, because everybody has chickens. My mother, she doesn't have to buy eggs. Everybody, my grandmother's nurse brings her eggs. Her neighbor gives her eggs. Ladies at church give her eggs. And she's fixing to get us some chickens started. So my dad's building her a coop as we speak. And we are looking at right now at building some nesting boxes and stuff for some quail. So we're hoping to have a flock going fairly soon. So by the time I even get to the farm, we're going to have stuff going. Here, eggs sell for $3 a dozen. That's what everybody kind of gets locally for farm fresh eggs, is $3 a dozen. I buy some from a girl from church every once in a while. What can you sell your quail eggs? Hey, Mary Carter, how are you, my friend? You paid. Jan, where were you at? I know you had family close to me, but were you down here? By the way, hello, Jan. How are you, my friend? Hello, welcome back, Sherry. Hello, the other Sherry. How are you, sweet friend? You were by San Antonio. Yeah, I imagine it's a little bit more pricey over there, too. Currently in Conroe, you can. I see them all day long. Like I say, I pay $3 a dozen every once in a while to a girl from church for eggs. So, but it's hard sometimes, and I mean I love them, but it's difficult when you can go to Aldi and pay $1 a dozen. Do y'all have Aldi's close to y'all? I love that store, by the way. I'm thinking about doing. Do y'all like seeing grocery haul videos? Because I absolutely adore Aldi. That is probably my absolutely favorite store. And I've thought about, yeah, I've thought about doing a Aldi grocery haul video. Because I can go in there and get just a crap load of stuff for next to nothing. And so I was thinking about when I go get my stuff for um, our live Saturday, doing a grocery haul video from that, and putting that video together Friday and say, okay, this is what I paid for to do and kind of do a anticipation, maybe put it out tomorrow and say, this is what we're going to do for Saturday. Because we don't have Amish stores here. I get so jealous watching you guys that, are in Kentucky and Ohio and stuff. Y'all got all the Amish stores and stuff. Man, those things are awesome. Oh, wow, Sherry. Hey, everybody. Sherry Lynn is a longtime friend of Keith and I's, real life friend. We have known her for a really, really long time. Teresa, there is an Aldi in Wichita Falls, which is about 60 miles south of our farm in North Texas. And so Mom and I were talking about that the other day. When I get up there on the farm, we will have to do like a, biweekly or monthly Aldi haul when we get up to the farm, because that store is amazing. Really? Shayla? Oh my gosh, it is the bomb here. Oh, the Air Force Base. Yeah. See, my ex-husband was Army Reserve. He was a weekend warrior. We used to go up to Shepherd Air Force Base in Wichita Falls back in the day when I used to smoke and get the cheap cigarettes out of the commissary. You get really cheap cigarettes. Oh, that was a long, long, long time ago, though. My, oh, oh, thank your daughter for her service. My daddy was Air Force. Both my grandfathers were in the Army. My dad's dad was a Bronze Star medal recipient in the Battle of the Bulge. His tank was hit by artillery, mortar, whatever, and he pulled out all of his. He was a gunnery sergeant, I think is how you say it. Nathan probably could correct me on what it all is called. Anyway, he pulled out all of his men. He was severely wounded, had an ear blown off, burned on 80% of his body. He pulled out all of his men, and he was under direct order to abandon his tank, and he wouldn't leave his men behind. He pulled them all out and spent like almost a year at I guess what would be Walter Reed, when my aunt was a baby. She was a newborn, and they gave him the bronze medal, Purple Heart. So he was lucky that he lived through it, to be honest. Take care, Weber. Thank you for coming in. They said probably in today's service he would have been given a higher medal, but because there were so many heroes out of that war, that's why he only got a Bronze Star. Sherry, when we are on the farm, my friend, you and Leslie need to come see us. Over yonder. Yes, yonder is a word. Yeah, it was a really high honor in World War II. I mean, it really was. Oh, you're from England. Yonder, over there. That's what that means. I'm from Texas. Over yonder means over there, over in France. Oh, that's funny. Yes, I speak Texan. It's its own language. I did have somebody one time think that I was from Australia. No, I'm Texan. I did have a conversation with someone the other day that said something about me being Southern. I said, I'm not Southern. I'm Texan. And there is a difference. Isn't that right, Jan? There is a distinction between being Southern and being Texan. Jan can tell you she's Texan, even though she doesn't live in Texas anymore. Yes, Sherry, I'm going to teach you how to speak Texan. No, it is not, because, and here's a little history lesson. Texas was its own country, and that's the distinction. Um, so that's why we don't consider ourselves Southern. Texan is Texan. Hello, Broussard Homestead. Is it Brett or Amy? Yes, we have our own flag, and fact, Texas can fly our flag at the same level as the American flag. Though we don't normally do that, technically we can. But if you ask most Texans, we will tell you there is a distinction. We are not Southern, we are Texan. Oh, how's work going, Brett? I thought so. Yes. Texas is definitely its own country, and proud of it. It is in the Texas Constitution that if we choose, we can leave the Union. That was in the agreement when we rejoined the United States. Absolutely, Sherry Lynn. You can take the girl out of Texas, never take the Texas out of the girl. I am fifth generation Texan. My family actually came from Kentucky. I am, true fact, I am related to Waylon Jennings and the Judds. I am fourth or fifth cousins to Waylon Jennings and to the Judds. Never met them. And I cannot sing, so I didn't inherit anything from them. Though my mother can. She's got a pretty voice. I would recommend anybody coming and checking out Texas. It is got every terrain. We've got mountains. We've got prairie. We've got where I live. There's national forest, state forest. So it's got a lot of mountains. We've got oceans, coastal. It's a very beautiful state. Thank you. We love y'all. Absolutely. It is a very friendly state. Very gun friendly state. We don't pay state taxes. I wouldn't, if the only place I think I would want to live if I didn't live in Texas would be Tennessee. Now, I went up to Dayton, Ohio this summer. Was beautiful. I absolutely loved Kentucky because we flew into Kentucky. And so I saw Kentucky and Ohio was absolutely gorgeous. I would not want to be there during the winter. I love Tennessee. Tennessee is a beautiful state. Absolutely love it. Gorgeous, gorgeous state. But Texas is home. Yes, I was in Dayton, Ohio, in July, Sherry. I sure was at a pastor's conference. It's so funny, and we hadn't even met at that point. Yep, I stayed in a 1830 farm Airbnb right outside of Dayton, and absolutely loved it. Fell in love with the area. Absolutely loved the summers. I mean, was absolutely gorgeous. Could sit out in the mornings. I mean, gosh, what can I say about the summers? I went and melted my face off. But I will say this, I have air conditioning for that. I know I couldn't handle your winters. Today is cold for me, right? It was 45 was the high today. This was a cold day in Southeast Texas. Right? Broussard Homestead. I need to know, speaking of, we were talking about you today, my friends. I need to know where at between me and you I can start, or will you guys have some there to sell? Because I had a friend asking me if I could bring some boudin balls back um, from the bash. I Dude, if you guys had never had real Louisiana boudin balls, you missing out in life because they don't make them the same way in Texas as they do in Louisiana. They just don't. There's supposed to be a place on the other side of Lake Charles, apparently, that Smith or in Smith, there's a town they said in Smith that is amazing, I've heard. Um, okay, cool. Do you know where I'm talking about, Brett? In a town called Smith or a place called Smith? They said, but it's on the other, an hour on the other side of Lake Charles. That they said that's absolutely amazing, and that's where my friend Joseph normally picks them up when he brings them back home to us. And he said, "You're not going to go there if you're just going to Lake Charles." Okay, I'll find out and tell you later. What I forgot now where he said it was. But those things are just amazing. And he usually takes an ice chest with him and brings them back when he goes because he has family in New Orleans. So it's somewhere between Conroe and New Orleans. Dear God. Yeah, I mean it I will make myself sick on it. I can't even eat that much of it, but that I will make myself sick on. They can't make it in Conroe like they do in Louisiana. They just don't. I don't know what they do to it, but dude, it's phenomenal. That's I'm just, but they're gonna have it at the Shindig too, aren't y'all doing? Who's in it? Some of your family, Brett, that's um doing at the Shindig. That's doing Cajun food. Did I dream that, or is that just wishful thinking on my part? Maybe I'm just having anchoring for some boudin. I don't know. Sherry, I'm telling you, if you didn't like the boudin sausage, you need to try the boudin balls. It's fried and it's good. Oh dear God, no. See, I don't want no 32 degrees. I don't want no 3 degrees. I don't want none of that crap. Y'all can keep it. That's what it was. Okay, I knew there was some kind of Cajun that was going to do something at the shindig. I've been hungry for some real Cajun food. Our pastor took us to lunch today, and I had Mexican. It was pretty good. I had a taco salad. Well, okay, I had 5 bites of a taco salad. I still think Sherry and I need to split a plate at the shindig. Okay, Broussard, y'all may know of this place. There's a place in New Orleans called Voodoo Barbecue that has got to be one of the best outside of Texas barbecue places I have ever ate at in my life. They do a pulled pork barbecue, and that was the first place I have ever ate corn pudding at. Oh my. That was good barbecue. Keith and I ate there when we went there for our honeymoon. Sherry Lynn, Marvin came and stayed with his mother and Kendra, and we flew into New Orleans. And we went to this little place called Voodoo Barbecue. Really, Brett? Oh my God. Okay. New Orleans is one of my favorite places in the world. Went to Cafe Du Monde nearly every morning we were there. I love that place. You go and people watch. See, I'm not a huge fan of jambalaya. Well, I say that. We got a fella that goes to church with us. He's from Louisiana, and he makes a really good jambalaya. I love New Orleans. I like to go and people watch. It's just, you go to Cafe Du Monde, you sit there with a good cup of coffee and some of those beignets, and you just sit and people watch. You know, it's just one of those really cool experiences, you know. Oh, Sherry, I need to cook for you is what needs to happen. I just need to cook for you. I need to feed you some Tex-Mex. Poor Sherry. Well, Sherry, he's going to try to kill you. I would take care of you. You know that. I wouldn't feed you anything gross. Nathan would probably try to make it so hot you couldn't eat it. Okay, let me say this about crawfish. See, I didn't grow up calling those things crawfish. They were crawdads, and we played with them. They weren't something that you ate. Because I'm from North Texas. It wasn't until we moved down here that I found out people actually ate the stupid things. We would make them fight. But here's the thing about those little critters. They're too much dang work for one little bitty piece of meat. They're just too much work. I don't want no shrimp on my quesadilla. If I'm going to eat shrimp, I want it fried, for one. Yeah. See, okay, when Keith and I, Sherry Lynn, you would get a kick out of this. When Keith and I first got together, you know how he is about weird sushi, and I had never had sushi in my life when he and I first started dating. Even I think it's before we even got married. He went and got some octopus sushi. They still had the little suckers on them. He brought, remember The Office at Ruth's house? He brought those in there. They still had the little suckers on them. I thought I was going to hurl. He brought that in there. He's like, here, do you want one? He thought it was the funniest thing ever. And then he ate oysters on the half shell. OMG. I thought I was going to kill. That was nearly a deal breaker. I almost packed Kendra in the truck and left because I thought he was some kind of weirdo. Yes, exactly. Boogers in a shell. Oh. Hello, Rules. How are you, honey? He just used to love doing that crap to me. I broke him from the oyster stew. Sherry Lynn, you know what I'm talking about. He doesn't do that anymore. No oyster stew. Nope. He doesn't make, remember the crap, that seafood mixture crap that he likes? Nope, don't do that anymore. The only time he eats oysters on the half shell is if we go to a restaurant. He does not eat it in the house because it stinks the entire house up. Ew, no. Nope. Yay, glad you caught my live too. Ugh, God, I can't. Whew. He and Marvin will still go every once in a while and get some seafood together. They can go do their brother thing. Oh, Sherry Lynn, Kenneth is fixing to get married. Little bitty Kenneth. He's doing great, by the way. I'm just not a big seafood unless it's fried. But I didn't grow up on the coast. I mean, I'm from North Texas, so yeah. So the fried squid is, if it's done right, Nathan, I like it. Um, I wouldn't say no to head cheese until I tried it. Yeah, I am. It is coming up on an hour, guys. So I just wanted to remind everybody I am doing my live Saturday morning at 8 a.m. We're going to be doing refried beans, homemade refried beans. I'm going to be using my canned pinto beans, and we're going to refry them. And we're going to be doing tostadas. So, and I hope you all can make it. I know it's early. And I just wanted to thank all of y'all. And if you didn't hear, please keep Keith in your thoughts and prayers. And it's challenging, with his mom. And then, like I said, he just found out that his best friend has been put in hospice. So, yeah. But anyway, thank you guys so much. We appreciate and loving I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for coming in. Don't forget, Two Family will be on tomorrow, but Single Dad Homestead comes on at 9. Who else comes on besides Chris tonight? Help me remember. Who am I forgetting? Chris and who else? Anybody? Okay. All right. I know Chris comes on. Single Dad Homestead comes on at 9. So anyway, thank you guys so much. I hope to see you again Saturday morning. If not, check out the replay because it's going to be good. And I will also be doing, hopefully I will do that Aldi grocery haul Fridays. So anyway, thank you so much. Love you guys. Thank you. Be sure and check out all my moderators' channels. Thank you, mods. I appreciate y'all so much. God bless. We'll see y'all in the next one.